What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be breaking down my easy step-by-step breakdown of how to do a modern mullet so you never ever struggle with this haircut again. So you first have to go ahead and wet your client's hair, and that's going to bring us into the first step, which is sectioning out the hair from the sides and the top. So you can see I found his first swirl and I'm just sectioning out the first swirl, but as I continue to comb it out, I actually find a second swirl. So you want to make sure that you're combing the hair out in the way that it wants to lay, and everything starts from the swirls that are going to be in the back of the head. You're going to then go and connect the swirls into the corner of their hairline, and that's what I'm doing right here. You can see I literally just take my comb and I comb all the hair forward, and it just lets me to connect the swirl into just the corner of the hairline. That's called the recession of the hairline, and this is how you start to split the top of the head into the sides of the head. And now I'm gonna go, and you can see my fingers are right on the side of his scalp, and I'm just taking one section at a time. This is gonna be the foundation of our haircut, and this is gonna be where we blend our scissor work into our fade. So you can see I'm creating that burst fade shape with my scissors first. Now the important part is that their fingers are tight with the hair, and they're tight on the side of the skin. And you're gonna see why this is such an important part of the haircut. So you can see now that I have that shape, now I can go ahead and start setting up the back. So what I like to do is called point-to-point hair cutting. So I'm setting up my first guide right here in the top of the back of his head, where I'm pulling all of the hair straight to my chest and keeping it very, very tight with my fingers. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna set up my second point towards the bottom. So I'm gonna comb all the hair down, and just with my scissors, I'm gonna have it really, really close to his hairline because he didn't want it to be too long. But with this haircut, you want everything to be even, and you also want everything to be textured. So now I'm gonna go with my comb and my scissors, and I'm gonna take a vertical section, and all I'm gonna do is connect my point A to my point B. So you can see that with the fine teeth of my comb, I'm pulling the hair straight to me, and I'm going to find that short point that I left at the bottom. I'm gonna check to see if I'm missing anything. And now that I did that one section, now you're gonna see me do the rest of the sections in the back. Now at first, I'm just going to make sure that everything's even. Any type of texturing that I'm gonna do it later on, because I like to texture after I make sure that everything's even. I feel like when you texture and you try to cut the length at the same time, it's a lot easier to just have it almost, I guess, choppy and not even, and that's not what you want. So now that we're gonna go into cutting the top, I'm gonna split the top right down the middle. This is going to help me connect the top into the sides. So I'm gonna pull the hair, again, straight to my chest, standing off to the side. And I'm gonna leave the front a little bit longer. But as I get closer to his ear, my fingers are gonna get closer and closer to that line that I set up in the beginning, where I made that curved line for the burst fade. I'm gonna start connecting into that as I get closer to the ear. Now, if you did want to texture it and cut at the same time, this is exactly what you would do. But all you're doing is connecting the top into the sides. That first line that you set up in the beginning. That's why I said it was so important to make sure that you do it right. Now that I connected the top into the sides, now I can stand behind the client and just pick all of the hair up. Now, this is where I go ahead and I start to point cut the top to add some of the texture that he wants inside of this haircut. Now, if you connect the top into the sides, on both sides, the left side and the right side, you should see that short point that looks like it's already cut. That is almost like your guide to know exactly how much length you can take off of the top and still maintain the shape. Now, you could take off less if you wanted to, but if you were to take off more, then you would start to mess with the shape that you were creating on the sides. And yes, majority of the time, if somebody's super overgrown, I do like to do all of my scissor work first before any of my fading. Now, when it comes to the front, I really don't want it to be super heavy. So I'm gonna pull the hair straight up from where it's growing on the round of his head. And this is called, I'm just layering the hair. I'm just making it lay a lot softer on the front so it doesn't lay super heavy. Now you can see the weight line that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dry his hair because I wanna do my clipper work dry. I'm gonna be using my Stylecraft Sabre clippers with the number 3 guard. I'm gonna start with the open, and I'm just going right off the side of his head. I'm not trying to dig into the weight line, I'm just trying to blend into it. Now you can see that it's blending in super easily, and that's because I had my fingers on the side of his head. When you have your fingers on the side of their head, especially the parietal ridge, it's gonna be anywhere from a number 3 guard to a number 4 guard, depending how thick your fingers are. But you can see that this clipper is just mowing everything down, and you just wanna make sure that everything's even when you're doing something like this. Now what you do to one side, you wanna do to the other, and you can see I'm just following my steps. You can see, and I want you guys to pay attention to, you see how easy it is to do my clip work and how nicely my scissor work is already laying. It all comes from those foundational steps that we took in the beginning, and making sure that we sectioned everything out properly, and making sure that we set in our first line with our scissors properly. Tight to the scalp. Now you can see we don't have any overhang. Now I'm gonna be using my blending shears to clean this up, but you can see how minimal work I'm gonna have to do with my blending shears because everything is blending in. And if you guys want anything from Stylecraft or Gamma, like these clippers that are just mowing through this thick hair, you can use my code. You'll find it in the description below. Save you some money on some clippers, man. The clippers getting expensive. Now you can see there's a little bit of thickness in this area. It's sitting a little bit too heavy. So I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna thin it out and add a little bit of texture, because the way this hair grows in the front, it lays really heavy in the corners. So now that I blended some of that out, now I'm gonna start to personalize the haircut. And this is what I mean by adding texture dry. All I'm doing is I'm combing up with the fine teeth of my comb, and I'm just doing some slicing through the hair. This is gonna help to break up some of the thickness and to add some of the texture. And when you see the finished result of this texture, it is gonna blow your mind. Now, if you've never seen this before, this is called a feather razor. It's like a razor blade with like a guard on it, so you don't end up actually cutting anybody. But I'm using this on his hairline just so it doesn't look too sharp. I want it to be trimmed, I want it to be maintained, but I don't want it to look like I just passed a trimmer through the whole thing. And around the bits of his hair, I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of the feather razor. This is just going to help to bring out a little bit more texture. And I feel like when the hair is pretty short, like how it is in the back, it's a lot easier than if I was like to pick it up and, texture it with my scissors. Don't put too much pressure. You put too much pressure and you're gonna absolutely gash the side of somebody's head. Now I'm gonna be using my Stylecraft Sabre trimmers. Absolutely love these trimmers. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and square it off. Now, yes, I know there's gonna be somebody in the comment section that says, oh, you should have given him a taper. You should have given him a fade. Guys, if you wanna do a fade, you're gonna use this exact same system. You're just gonna do a fade into a number 3 at this point. But this client just didn't want to fade. A lot of the younger crowd nowadays, they wanna keep a little bit of hair on the sides. They don't always wanna do a skin fade. So, you still gotta make your client happy, and at the end of the day, guys. Now I'm gonna be using some 245 destructible clay, and this is a little trick that's gonna blow your guys' mind. Take some 245 styling powder, combine it both into your hands, and you are just gonna see the final result of the texture that I was able to create into this guy's hair for this modern mullet burst fade tutorial. Guys, this is an easy, repeatable system that you guys can use inside of the barbershop. And with this channel, my goal is to provide you guys real value, whether you're cutting your hair at home or whether you're in the barbershop trying to build your career up. I want you guys to see how to actually cut hair like a professional. Hope you guys like this video. Want to check out the next one. Subscribe for more. Comment any thoughts you had on these videos, because I want to make these videos, the best that I can. More is definitely on the way now that we are back on YouTube. And my last thing that I will say to you guys is God bless.